Today, my friend, we're going to be discussing and talking about how we reflect on failure. As an entrepreneur, I'm going to say being an entrepreneur and failure, they really go hand in hand. It's like you can't expect to not fail. But more importantly, how do you get your products, your services, and all the goodness that you're bringing to the world and yet not let the failure set you back? I have a unique perspective on this, and I know it's going to help you understand how you're going to navigate forward. And the biggest thing for me I'll share is I personally have failed way more in my life than I've succeeded. It's like failure is just a part of the equation. And I'd say like 90% of the stuff that I've done in my life, I've failed at. And the reason is, as a result of that failure, I've been able to be successful on the other 10%. If you're able to take your failures in stride. So let's talk about why failures actually happen in our lives. Most of us start out at a starting point, and our goal is to get to point Z, from A to Z. And if we achieve Z, we're either successful or we failed in achieving that. Now, that might be selling some products, that might be, connecting with your team, that may be hitting a rank, that may be having a certain income. However you define it for yourself as an entrepreneur, whatever that is, it's very important to understand that is an outcome goal. And I'll go as far as saying is like goals are kind of for losers, because a goal is somewhere in the future we haven't achieved. And the funny thing about life, my friend, is that when we set a goal in the future, it's funny because the second we achieve it, we all of a sudden set a new goal and we're trying to move forward from that. It's like we never take the time in the moment to really bask and be present in what we've actually achieved. So our goals for losers, goals are not for losers. I say goals are for losers simply because the goal is not the end result. The goal is really to become the person that's grown into the person that's worthy of achieving that actual goal. So when you actually break down what a goal is really an outcome. So it's the outcome, it's what you actually achieve. But if you focus on the outcome day in and day out, you are setting yourself up for failure. Let me help you understand this. Take, for example, a professional golfer. A golfer goes out there, they shoot a round of golf for 18 holes. After 18 holes, they look at the score in their end, and they're going to be like, was I successful? Did I meet my mark, or did I not meet my mark? To me, that's the worst thing you can do. In fact, when they work with pro golfers from a mindset standpoint, they actually bring things back and look at what are the things you're actually doing to have a good shot versus a bad shot. So think about this. A golfer, the way they pick their club, the way they walk up to the tee box, the warm-up swings they actually take, and the exact same things that they do before they actually hit the ball. In fact, this has actually been documented. The best golfers in the world, they do the exact same thing every single time before they take a shot. And the more they do that, the higher probability they'll achieve their outcome, which is to hit the ball far, hit the ball straight, get the ball into the hole. What does that mean for you as an entrepreneur? Well, as an entrepreneur, you also have an outcome. You also have a goal. You're also trying to achieve something out there. Yet, like a pro golfer, what if you looked at what you did as what are the steps and processes you need to take day in, day out that are going to move the needle forward to help you actually achieve that goal? Now we're talking about something, because this is what you're going to learn. When you set a goal and you fail, quote unquote fail, you have a choice. You can look at that failure as the thing that stops you from achieving, or you could do something else. This is what I invite you to do. I invite you, when you fail, because you will fail, and you're going to fail a lot. Now I'm going to ask you to fail forward. How do you fail forward? You fail forward by looking at that failure as being, you either win and you failed, so you didn't win, or you learn. See, when you have a failure, you accumulate data. And the funny thing is, when you actually achieve that goal, you actually learn and grow less as a human being. What did I say in the beginning? Achieving a goal is just about growing into the person that's worthy of achieving that outcome. You've developed these processes, you've learned, you've grown as a human being, as an entrepreneur. As a result, you've achieved something you previously haven't achieved in your past. So when you actually dial it back, when you look at your failures as the opportunity to win or learn, you completely change the equation. I get it. You're going to have that outcome. You're going to have that goal. It's not going to feel that great. You didn't achieve it. You quote unquote failed. However, it's only a failure if you don't learn something from it. If you take a step back and you look at the path that you've been on, you might have heard this from me before. You're going to look at, what did you learn? What needs work? My ability to connect with people, my ability to show up for people, my ability to really market my products to people, my ability to connect with people's values, my ability to engage people, my ability to inspire people. Look at all those things that you do in your business and see, what did you learn? What needs work? Take notes of that. So what I'm inviting you to do is, when we have failure in our life, is to actually get excited. When you get excited about failures, you have the opportunity to learn exponentially. And when you learn exponentially, all of a sudden that allows you to set new goals, develop new processes, and as a result of developing those processes, what actually happens is you begin to cultivate and you begin to see yourself as an entrepreneur moving up the ladder, moving up the rungs of life, and beginning to achieve those things. Because the reality is, you may not think so, is that it's not about the goal. It's never about the goal, because the second you achieve that goal, you're just gonna look for another pie in the sky idea. It's about the journey and the path of growing, learning, cultivating what's between your ears. It's about being on that path of moving forward. And the best way to do that is every single day, focus on the systems. And what are the systems going to get you there? Now, this is what I'll say. If you have low energy, if you have fatigue, if you have brain fog, you're not going to be able to focus on those systems. So my invitation for you is, what are the things that you can do every single day that are going to help you feel purposeful, help you feel powerful, help you feel on point? Does that mean getting up in the morning and possibly moving your body? Maybe it does. Does that mean visualizing your goal and then dialing it back and seeing, what's the one thing that I can do in the next hour that's going to help me move towards that goal? So every single day, I invite you to bring out a blank piece of paper. The very top of that piece of paper, I want you to write your goal. I want you to write your outcome. Now, I want you to write down action steps that you're going to take, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but actual steps that you're going to take today. Actual steps that you take today that are going to move the needle forward of looking at you achieving that goal. Here's the cool thing, my friend. At the end of the day, what you're going to do is you're going to look at how you executed every single process. Did you win? Or is there something new to learn? That needs work. Win, something to learn, that needs work. As you navigate through your days, what you're going to notice is you're going to gain more efficiency, more clarity, you're going to grow as a person, and then you're going to be able to document this at the end of the week, look back at your entire week. Did you win or did you learn and needs more work? At the end of the month, you're going to do the exact same thing. What I'm essentially doing, my friend, is I'm teaching you the steps of how you achieve your goals without focusing on your goals and actually focusing on the things that help you achieve your goals. So, we talk about reflecting on failure. Failure is a state of mind. You have a choice. You can let failure be the thing that makes you feel sad, makes you feel distraught, makes you feel down, or you can get excited about failure and simply say, I haven't grown into the person that's worthy of achieving that goal and outcome. And as a result of that, I'm simply going to roll up my sleeves, look at what needs work, really engage in different processes that are going to achieve the different outcome that I'm trying to get to. My definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. If you do the same thing over, you get the same results, and then you wonder, what happened? You gotta change the game. You gotta see failure as a gift. Failure is a gift. When you allow yourself to dial it back and see what needs work and what you have to learn to grow into that. So don't be afraid of failure. Embrace failure. The majority of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world have failed way more than they've succeeded. But like I've said, in past webinars, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to be willing to be on that journey. You have to be willing to learn and grow. You have to be willing to look at the things that will help you achieve that outcome, help you achieve that goal. And as a result of that, you're gonna end up with way more success, way more growth, taking your business to new heights, and most importantly, feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, being the leader that you want to be in your business and taking your life to a whole new level. Thanks for listening, my friend.